Okay, let's get to streaming. I need to post. I need to post. And then post. And then one more post to the guys in Phantasma. Hot new rogue decks found here. Okay, let's see. All right. So for all the VOD watchers, thank you so much for watching. I'll try to remember after this stream to put a timestamp on when the actual matches start for you guys. I feel like I've been forgetful about that lately, and especially because I'm getting back into the swing of things, coming back from vacation. Spent the weekend at Yellowstone National Park. Off the grid, basically. No internet or anything like that. Yo, what up, Kenneth? How are you today? Welcome on in. I'm good. I feel like refreshed in a sense. I wasn't as productive today as I wanted to be, though, just simply because while I was gone, the computer here in the studio fried. Completely stopped working. So there's a new computer here, but because there's a new computer here, none of my old stuff is on it. So I spent like a lot of today just re-putting stuff in and like inputting stuff on here. So, but I'm good. It was a good day today. I hope you're doing well. How's your day? Also, for everybody that's coming in, whether you're lurking, chatting, vibing, whatever, let me know how the sound is, because I had to like change some stuff up with the mic. I think just because it's a new computer, I had to like adjust some settings and things like that. And I don't know how the audio is really. I did like a test earlier and it seemed fine, but you'll probably hear a little bit more background noise than usual, like people in the store. You'll probably hear a little bit more of that, which I kind of want to play around with because it kind of like helps the environment, right? Because this is a local store tournament. But yeah, let me know how it is, chat. You should hear me pretty much before all anything. Oh, I'm glad stuff's going good, Kenneth. But Red Zoro going forward, I think that like so in OP11, like the Rush Red aggro decks are the premier, right? In OP11. But I think when OP12 comes out, it starts to get a little bit harder because in OP12 you have the introduction of a red rush deck in Rayleigh, which is really, really good, and it's the best red aggro deck. So that already boosts your socks down. But then you also have Green Zoro, which is really good at like resting and removing, which I think makes it like really difficult for stuff like Bello Betty falls off. Red Zoro goes down a little bit. Red Zoro survives a little bit easier, I think, than Bello Betty, but it's still tough for like both of those decks. And then like OP13, who knows? People are saying that new Sabo in the red black Sabo in OP13 is like basically another Zoro, right? So it could be a little difficult. It could be a little difficult, and I'm not sure, but I think now OP11 is the best time to play. Like this weekend, coming in the different regionals, which I'm playing in the Friday one, I think. Is it? No, it's next Friday. Yeah, next Friday I'm playing in the online regional, and we'll have a stream. We'll have a stream for that. It'll be fun. I'm really curious too, because I've been focusing a lot of OP12. I haven't really been thinking about OP11. Haven't really been doing that. I think Roger's going to be pretty good. I don't know if it'll be broken, because it's weird because like the beginning of the game, you're just like a turn behind, right? You're like a turn behind for most of the game. But the way that I see it, and because I've been on vacation, I haven't looked at like a ton of videos yet on Roger, but I imagine that the deck is basically just like blue purple Luffy, in the sense that like you just ramp and you try to get to 10 as fast as possible, and then your game starts, right? because then you activate yourself to being a 7,000 power leader. I haven't watched any games or anything like that. I haven't watched any games, so I don't know how true that is or how it is in, as you're saying, Purple Alligator. Like, is it the best deck? I have no idea. But that's what I imagine. Yeah, but being a 5-life leader is crazy. Being a 5-life leader is so nuts. What you thinking about running? I am probably going to run Green Blue Rosinante for the online regional. I think it's probably just good practice for the Dallas LCQ, because I think regardless of 11 or 12, the deck might not change that much. So I might play a different build for the Treasure Cup on the Friday. I might try a different build, like a more like a Supernova kind of build. Just because that is something that I haven't really tried yet. So I want to like try it out, see how it is. And we play like until we get to like X4 or something like that in the tournament. But I think we should be starting soon, chat. But I hope everybody's good. Hopefully you're all well. No YouTube video tomorrow, chat, because I had to reset this whole computer. Did not have time to edit it. But on Thursday, we will have a YouTube video. I also updated the entire, in the Discord chat, I updated the content schedule section. So if you want to go in there, I have my list of ideas of videos I want to make, but also the schedule for the week. I will, you'll see when videos are releasing on the channel. New green blue leader, so bad, great color combo. Well, you have, who's all green blue? You have Sanji, you have Zoro Sanji, you have Rosinante. You have 3 of them, right? Is there another one? I don't think there's another one that I can think of at least. So 3 of them. And the Zoro Sanji actually, I mean, it did really well in that OP12 championship, getting second, and it very much could have won. Very much could have won. So green, but I do think that green blue is a really, really nice color combo. Yo, what up, Fausto? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Just waiting on round 1 to start, chat. Just making sure everybody's checked in, everybody's paid. Yeah, there's only 3. That's what I thought. I was like, I can only think of 3. And actually, for Thursday's YouTube video, I actually looked at like all of the leaders in the game. So I was like, I can't think of any. Yeah, Zoro Sanji. Yeah, I mean, watching it in that championship, there's some good stuff to it, for sure. Like if you want to play green blue, that's definitely like a really good one. I think it's probably the best green blue leader. I would say it's probably better than Rosinante. Yo, what up, Shrades? How are you? Well, block rotation is only is in like what is it, like 8 months or something like that, like 6 to 8 months. Like I'm not thinking about block rotation until like the new year, right? I'm not thinking about block rotation until like January. I'm sure because there's gonna be more. I don't know what block Zoro Sanji is. I would think because it's starter deck 12, I would think that it's block 2 because it was past OP04, right? Because block 1 is all OP01 to OP04 stuff. So OP or starter deck 10 released in like OP05. Might have been like right before OP05. Actually, I could pull up the card right now. Image. Oh, looks like we're about to get the stream in a second, chat. Real quick before I run out of time. It is block 2. Yeah. Zoro Sanji is block 2. Was this height on screen? I was going to say, Chad, in the room, we've got some green, yellow laws today. We've got a starter deck 21 Luffy, who I was talking to him before. It was very much inspired by the dragon, the Monkey D dragon that got top 16. Oh, I think this is him. I think that is his deck box. Which ones are good? So it's all the leaders from OP01 to OP04 will rotate out in April. But that's in April. That's a long way away. Long ways away. Let's see. I don't think I know who he's playing against. I can't tell whose backpack this is. Oh, is he gonna keep his leader a secret? Let's see. I need to pull up probably Eggman's deck builder just in case I need a translation on a card. Does he run Majin Buu sleeves? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whose deck these people's are. Oh, is this 619 the game, I think? We got some secret decks, chat. Some secrets. No revealing leaders. You do have to, after the coin flip, I believe, or before the coin flip, you have to reveal the leader. Oh, Doflamingo's your favorite character? I think that the green-purple Doflamingo is so cool, especially in that little limelight. All right, Chad, it's starter deck 21 Luffy versus black-purple Luffy. This is going to be a curious match, Chad. Who do you think is going to win, black-purple Luffy or starter deck 21 Luffy? If you do not remember, starter deck 21 Luffy, Chad, if you do not know, has that Dawn ×1 activate main once per turn. Give one of your characters up to 2 rested Dawn cards, right? So very aggressive, throwing Dawn around all over the field. The purple-black Luffy, though, 4-life leader, Dawn ×1, all your characters gain +1 cost. And then whenever you use an effect on your turn that minuses more than 1 Dawn, you get to re-ramp 1 active Dawn and 1 rested Dawn. Yo, what's up, Avocado, Junesby, Siobhan, Toxac? How y'all going? Black-purple wins. Black-purple, you say? Black-purple? Oh, yeah, you guys all think black-purple gonna win. This list, this starter deck 21 Luffy list, is very much inspired by the top 16 Grand Asia Open Monkey D Dragon list. So I'm really curious about this. Oh, I know, crap. I know. I saw the news today. Hearts out to the family, friends, you know, beloved ones. So, Zoe, what it basically means is when it rotates, when we get to rotation in April, cards with the block 1 will not be usable in the standard format. They'll be usable in the Eternal format, which Bandai has said that they will hold an Eternal format where all cards are usable that aren't banned. So it'll be curious to see how they do that and how it affects the game in the future. I'm excited about it because I play other card games that have a rotation, but I know some people aren't. Anyways, chat, Black Purple Luffy going first, grabbing that 7-cost Sanji there. Going to be really nice to be able to get aggressive and swing at bodies, right, with that rush. So Red Luffy going first, going to play a Nami. Look at that top 5 for a Straw Hat card. So we'll see if they try to find, there's plenty of good Straw Hat cards in here, right? Rush cards like Zoro used to play. There's also like Mole Pistol events, things of that nature. He's got one more Dawn left after this. We see a 2K Sanji in there. We see a Dream Luffy as well. I think he's thinking about either Mole Pistol or the Dream Luffy. Or no, that event is not a Mole Pistol. What is that event? It's going to be curious. Anybody's game at this point. Looks like the Majin Buu sleeves. Very hard to pick up. What is this event right here? Is going to play a 2-cost event that I am quickly going to look up. I think, is that the Excalibur event? Give up to 2 opponents' characters minus 2,000 power during the turn? No, I don't think it's that event. I think it's something else. And for finishing the turn, plays that 1-cost Bonnie. The black-purple Luffy. Yes, this did just start, Aaron. Is going to start off with Robin, right? One of the 2 great options for this deck to be able to ramp up. Is going to get 2 active Dawn, 1 from the Robin, 1 from the leader, and also 1 rested Dawn. It's just going to go ahead and swing 7 now at lead. Red Luffy taking it. UFO. Oh, it's that event. Thank you, chat. Thank you. The Gum Gum UFO. That is on main. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 or 4,000 power during the turn. Then if you have 2 or less life, up to one of your leader characters gains 1,000. So definitely a late game card that he's opting for. And so starting out swinging 6 is going to be able to use leader effect if he goes ahead and rests these 3 Dawn for a Sanji. The Sanji on the field is going to be nice, right? A great body, and the Bonnie now swinging 5,000 power. Is going to go ahead, take the life, going to 3. Looks like potentially a trigger, and is going to use that Gum Gum Jet Gatling, right, to be able to ramp a Dawn as active. That's going to be nice because I think he's going to be at 7 Dawn now at this point. So it's going to draw for turn. Looks like a Gum Gum Lightning is the draw for turn. Might just go ahead play that Sanji on curve to be able to rest the opposing red Sanji to be able to get that KO and get it off of the field. Does also have a couple different situations, especially with the Gum Gum Lightning right now, being able to KO 6,000 power or less character. Is going to go ahead and swing now at this Bonnie. Now with the Dawn ×1 on the Bonnie, is going to be able to draw 1, right, with that on KO effect. Is nice for red because you get that kind of revamp the hand, right? Red runs out of resources after a while, so it's a good way to keep up those resources. Is just going to rest that Sanji, so there goes these 7. The Sanji on the opposing side, that Punk Hazard, is going to go away to be able to get that rush. And then the leader effect still has 1 Dawn open. Might just go ahead and swing leader at the Sanji and then go ahead and swing at lead. So now a great curve, right? An ideal situation, especially that Gum Gum Jet Gatling was huge to be able to control this board, and that on KO effect is going to go ahead and grab a card. And now the 8,000 power swing goes ahead, takes a life, and goes to 3. Not really too much on the board as the turn is passed off to the Luffy, but plenty of cards in hand, right, to be able to find what you may need. Ooh, Caesar. Caesar's a spicy one. I love watching a good Caesar deck. Well, Zoro doesn't play these like one. Zoro is now an animal package yet. Or Zoro's an animal package now. He doesn't play like traditional Zoro anymore. What do you do here if you're the if you're red Luffy? Do you like try to play the 5-drop? Do you try to go wide? You know, play like multiple characters on the field? Yeah, doing a 9-drop next that active ramp from the 0-cost event was huge, I think. Because it allowed him to make the 7-drop play and control the board, and it's allowing him now to play the 9-drop next turn. That's huge. Only 6 Dawn to work with comparatively for the red Luffy. I think he's got a 4-drop Zoro in hand from the starter deck 21. Yeah, the buggy, I think, is going to be really good if you want to try to have a better chance against green Zoro. in OP12. I think it's pretty sweet. And just the one cost like 3,000 power dude is just so nice. And then Magura boosting up Buggy or Karoo is just like, it's really cool. All right, so there's the UFO event, chat. The UFO event minus 4,000 power, it looks like, to the Sanji to make it a 3. And now swinging 6 at the 3 is just going to take that knockout. Controlling the board himself is going to be able to use that leader effect to get 2 Dawn somewhere if he wants to. So still has 3 Dawn to work with at this point. Looks like could have had the opportunity to use the Dream Luffy, but is going to play the 3-cost Nami down. So I believe the 3-cost Nami allows you to give Dawn to characters, right? Move around more Dawn. So is going to use the leader effect to swing with that Searcher Nami. Is going to swing 4,000, I think, matching the power of the Robin. Is thinking about countering out. Would be able, if you countered out, to do the clap back on the swing on the little 1-drop if you're worried about something like a Makino. But lets it go, says, you know what, I'm not too worried about it. I've got this 1-drop Searcher Law to be able to swing. And I'm moving on to 9 Dawn. So draws for turn, finds a 4-drop blocker Nami. Does have that 9-drop in hand, I believe. Could be able to get a Dawn back through your leader effect. So starts out swinging that Law at that Searcher Nami. Lets it go. Doesn't really want to leave any cards. Still has plenty of cards in hand. Still has like 10 cards almost, I think. So there's that 9-drop Luffy that we mentioned. Is going to put 2 back to be able to use a leader effect and draw a card for the rush. So is going to get 1 active Dawn, 1 rested Dawn at this point. Could swing a 6/10, I believe, that rush Luffy is. So might leave that 1 up. Maybe trying to feint like Gum Gum Giant or something like that. And so here goes the 5,000 power swing. Is going to give a 1K Brook off of that. Lots of starter deck 21 cards in here. And there's the Luffy. Is just going to take the life, go down to 2. And then with the 1 is thinking about playing another 1-drop Law, actually. Doesn't have too many cards in hand, so really is just going to do some searching. Finds that Drink Luffy, which is going to be a nice card. Also passing up a Gum Gum Giant in the process, but that Luffy is going to be able to make his leader 7,000 power in the next turn and is going to provide some problems for all the weenies that the starter deck 21 could play. Oh, Junesby, that's the first one that we've seen. Yeah. No Dawn up for Giant this turn. No, opted to use the search instead. So here goes the Dream Luffy. Only at 8 Dawn right now, which is crazy. Is going to put a arrested Dawn on that Dream Luffy attack to the leader at a 6,000 power at lead. Is just going to be a 2K out of that swing. And then Sanji comes down onto the field. With the leader effect, though, is going to go ahead and put 2 on the Nami. And with the Nami effect, is going to put 2 more on Nami. And now swing at lead just gets really aggressive and swings with everybody. The whole crew is swinging at this point. So I believe that's a 5,000 power swing. Is just going to be a 1K Nami blocker right there. And then 6,000 power at lead is going to go ahead, take the life. Hey, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. I love your viewing. Yo, what's up, Dewey? Yeah, it's a very, like, interesting spot right now. And so swinging now at this Nami, I think you're okay with just leaving that on the discard. Think you're okay with that. Maybe thinking about using that Gum Gum Lightning. Gum Gum Lightning might be nice here, right? You're able to KO a character. Maybe be able to clear board once again, especially after this 9-cost Luffy swing. So is going to swing at that Dream Luffy right there. Is going to counter out. how much counter does the red Luffy actually have in the hand? That's the real question. But all these pokes might start adding up. And so is going to go the drink Luffy right there. Going to be 6 Dawn, putting 2 back for the leader effect. And so now the black-purple Luffy leader going to be 7,000 power until their next turn. Right, going to be very advantageous, and still 5 Dawn left to play with. Getting that Dawn back on the leader effect could be a little bit safer, right? Play the Frankie for 4 and maybe feint Gum Gum Giant. Or could go in with the Gum Gum Lightning. So is going to 2K, 1K out of that 7,000 power swing, and a Frankie is going to come down. Now, I like the Frankie play, right? I don't think you need to do too much more, and the Dawn time or Dawn -2 is going to be able to draw 2 cards. So leaving 1 Dawn up for potentially Gum Gum Giant. Oh, was he not supposed to? Oh, he has to trash 1 and then draw 2. Yeah, he has to trash 1 and then draw 2, chat. Remember that. Yo, what's up, Siobhan? Should you take Sanji or Nami? I like Sanji a lot. I like blue-purple Sanji a lot. I'm going to be making a video about it soon. And I love the deck. I think it's so cool. I think it's a lot of fun. But I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do the Nami. Ooh, playing the Dragon down. Dragon's going to get 2 on the leader. It's going to be able to match the power of the purple-black Luffy. And 2 Dawn left still up. Is this a close game right now, chat? It's definitely curious. But Nami, I don't know if I'd play Nami because we don't have the starter deck for the Whitebeard Pirates yet. And we won't have it for the we won't have it for last chance qualifier. So that's why I would say Sanji. So ends up swinging 8,000 power now. 8,000 power, going to force, I think this is going at lead. I missed it. I'm sorry. Is going to force a 2K out of hand, right? And you got to imagine that 2 Arrested Dawn maybe going to this Sanji or the Dragon is going to take the first life, put it in hand. Not too many cards in hand at this point. Does have a Gum Gum Giant. Is going to use the leader effect with the last active Dawn to go ahead, swing 9,000 power at lead. Still is going to command 2 cards, either 2K, 1K, or Gum Gum Giant, right, to get out of the swing. And so is thinking about blocking. I think blocking's fine there, right? You don't really reveal anything. And 9,000 power on the swing. I think it's just thinking about countering out of this. It's just going to counter 2K and 2K. So is going to pass off the turn. Still a couple cards in hand. No active Dawn for something like a Radical Beam or something of the sort, right? Might still have Bad Manners Kick Course, a 0-cost event. It hasn't really, I don't think has revealed too many 2Ks, just really like 1Ks. And so here's the thing. Do you clear board, give them another card in hand, right, off of the Sanji, or do you try to, like, go for game? Because, like, can you survive another turn if they play rush characters? You have to depend on Gum Gum Giant, right? You'll be a 7,000 power leader. They're going to be able to reutilize Dawn. This is very scary, I feel like, not having those 4-drop Nami blockers. So is going to attach 2 Dawn, swing at the Sanji. You really like this trade if you're the red Luffy, I think, because not only do you get to draw a card, but also he just committed 2 Dawn to that. Ends up being a 2K Frankie, I think, off the draw. What do you have going on in the hand? Do you have Gum Gum Giant? So is going to go ahead, use the Beer Luffy, right? And with that swing, is going to Dawn -2 from the Law to be a 7,000 power leader. With the leader effect, gain 1 Dawn back active and 1 rested. is technically at about 9 dawn right now. So, Frozy, it's really hard 2K, 1K, by the way, chat. It's really hard to analyze because Maxsoft doesn't have the VODs available. So it's not necessarily that people are sleeping on the region. It's just that we can't watch it. Like I wouldn't have cast it over it anyway because Hero was there was an English cast for it. But I'd love to talk about it more and talk about more of the matches. But we can't watch it. It's not available because the channel got nuked for some reason, and the VODs don't exist. So if the VODs are there and I can rewatch some of it, I gladly will. But until then, I don't know a lot except about like a couple lists, like Noel, right? I don't know. Like Guan was Guan Rock there, and I know Jelly Bean was there and did really well. There was also what was I gonna say? Like I know there was a dragon in top 16, right? That was really cool. I think Blue Purple Luffy won it. It's just hard because I don't have the information right now from there, or else I'd talk about it. So chat, Black Purple Luffy did successfully clear the board, but passes off the turn with 3 Dawn up. Maybe trying to feint multiple Gum Gum Giants or give him the opportunity to, if he draws into another Gum Gum Giant, get into it. And so we've got full 10 Dawn here at our disposal. Any rush characters might be nice. Still has 1 life to go through. But running out of cards, we see an unblockable Luffy in hand. That's nice. But maybe do you want to try to hold that until the next turn? Maybe just kind of like take a turn off, just slam 15 at face. Frosty, do you know if there's any results that I can look at from the Grand Asia Open, by the way, in Singapore? Do you know if there's any results that I could like find on there? I haven't looked too much because I just got back from vacation over the weekend. But do you know if there's something that I could watch? But yeah, Scarecrow, I agree. The Rush Luffy, I think you wait until next turn, potentially. Like, that's why I was saying, like, just jam 15 face, maybe play a body out. You would swing at the drink Luffy, Hashem. You would. Interesting. I don't know. Like, do you try to get them to 1? I guess, like, the drink Luffy, like, you get rid of because that makes them a 7,000 power the whole game. And so it would make sense if you swing into it. Oh, Luigi has the top 16 VOD. I know that UP won, right? Wasn't it Noel? Didn't Noel win? They might just die if Luffy survives. Okay, if Luigi's got it, then I'll at least watch the VOD. I won't cast over his VOD, but I will at least watch it and, you know, like talk to you guys about it in the Discord. Ends up using the Gum Gum UFO again. So maybe he's swinging at that drink Luffy. Oh, Noel was second, thank you. Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up on the weekend. Cuz I was in a national park with no service. I couldn't really watch the stream or anything. And so is going to go ahead swing 7,000. He's going to swing at the Rush Luffy. So probably could use Gum Gum Giant to save this. Oh, another beer Luffy in hand. Yeah, UFO is minus 5,000 power, I believe. No, 4,000 power. I'm sorry, 4,000, 4,000. So it looks like the Luffy's a 6,000 power. He lets it go. Really? I went to Yellowstone, Joe. I went to Yellowstone. And so a kid killer coming down now, swinging at the beer Luffy. So this is a 9, 10, 9, 10, 11. This is an 11,000 power swing. Gum Gum Giant is going to get to 11, right? And I think you have to commit 1K on top of that. And so pitches the drink Luffy because there's no counter on it. Has to commit one more card. Is going to use 2K Robin. Maybe thinking about playing the Frankie. We saw the Frankie on the draw. Passes off the turn. There's a channel called TCG Zeta that posted some of the matchups. Oh, okay. Let me write that down real quick because I just want to watch it, chat. TCG Zeta. Luigi Amato. Thank you. Okay, chat. Ooh. The black purple Luffy getting 8 cost Katakuri. I think honestly you should play Frankie because you want to try to get Gum Gum Giant, right? You need to get Gum Gum Giant. Faces the place here and you just play for game next turn. Yeah, but if they have another rush character, do you lose? He's playing the Katakuri. And so here goes the Luffy. Going to be swinging 7 at the Kid Killer. Does not hesitate on letting that go. Is going to go ahead restand. Maybe is worried about like a mole pistol with the Frankie. And now is going to swing 8,000 power at lead. Takes the life. Is going to be a 2K Sanji. Is that only 2 cards in hand? Oh, yeah, he has very few cards in hand. I think... Yeah. Yeah, I think it's tough for you right now. Because now you have to go for the drink Luffy. Yeah, I thought the red Luffy had a little bit more in hand, but it fell fast. And so ends up blocking in 2K to save the body to keep the Katakuri on. Now uses Rush Luffy. Going to use that Luffy effect, but 2 on the Rush Luffy. And adds the last one, swings at that drink Luffy. That is a 9,000 power swing. I don't think has enough to save it. So is just going to let it go, but with no Dawn up, you like have to have a bad manners kick course, and even then I think it's trouble for you because of the Katakuri on the field. Yeah, I think this is Black Purple's Luffy's game to lose. Only 2 cards in hand. Should have taken the first hit so he could save Dragon. I definitely think there could have been a world where you could have kept one of the bodies safe on the turn. But is going to go ahead, swing 5, just do some poke damage, right? Is going to counter out. I think you just, at this point then, you swing another 5. Yeah, with the law. And then you swing like 8, 9. Right? Mole Pistol off Life Trust. Mole Pistol would not win the game, but it would make things very scary. Actually, it might win the game. Oh, he's going to 2K. So, yeah, Mole Pistol officially does not win the game. And so there's the big swing. There's the concession there. A good fight, I feel like. I feel like the red Luffy made that close. I feel like they made that close, chat. Yeah, the split would it. You didn't have to do like all the pokes, but just to make sure there's no like shenanigans going on, right? Definitely an interesting list. I'll have to see how he does in the final event. He's got rushers, the mole pistol. What else is in here? And it's hard to see at this angle. He's got dragons. He's running a lot of the starter deck 21 cards. He's running a lot of the starter deck 21 cards. Is this what the dragon list looked like? He said it looked like the dragon list, except without like Karasu and stuff. What cards do I think will get banned? I think they're going to ban the blue-purple Luffy leader just because that's what they always do, it seems like. And then I could see like a ban on 9 Mom. I could see like a ban on 9 Mom if they don't ban the blue-purple Luffy leader. But I genuinely think, chat, that Hody Jones is going to get banned. I genuinely think so. If that was Mole Pistol, then Gear 5 wins because he swung with leader first. Yeah, I think that was the reason that you go wide, right? Is because if there's a Mole Pistol, you just lose. Because then your body gets down way too low and you don't have enough Dawn to like be able to swing over the other counter cards. Does Mole Pistol not hit leader? Well, no, you would do the Katakuri. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because if you swing lead first, then you go. You have to swing with Katakuri first. If you just go big, boom. The reason that I think they would ban the Luffy leader before Gum Gum Giant is just because Gum Gum Giant would hit a lot of decks that really need the card, I think. And it's, if you hit blue purple Luffy, you only hit that deck, right? Whereas like green purple Luffy still lives, purple Luffy still lives. Your random like purple Straw Hat decks like blue purple Sanji, purple yellow Robin, you know, like they still live. But if you just ban the leader, you don't have to worry about the deck anymore entirely, and you don't hurt anything else. Hody Jones, I think, gets banned. I think Hody Jones gets banned. I think they're done with Hody Jones. Hody Jones is honestly like a hot take, in my opinion. But I think they're going to ban it the same reason that they banned Raigo. Now, do I agree with it? No. I don't agree with it. I don't think Hody Jones should get banned. But that's what I think they're going to do. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Chad, Black Purple Luffy ended up winning that one. You got Hodied, Carrot, Hodied. That's crazy. What were you playing against, Bonnie? Yeah, I think like 9K kind of 14K with lead is probably fine. Because the 2 cards in hand are either up to 9,000 power or 8,000 power. And then you just slam in because the Mole Pistol can't minus you. Yo, what up, Gatorane? Chat, if I haven't said hi to you, make sure to say hi in chat. I don't know how many rounds there are. Probably going to be 4 or 5, I think. Probably going to be 4 or 5 today. Ivankov ban? Why? Wait, what? Like the 3 cost? Wait, why? I don't know if Mary Go would be banned, though, because it's only in green purple Luffy, and it's not like a game-breaking card, in my opinion. It's not a game-breaking card. Is it going to be 4 or 5 rounds, do you think? Oh, okay. So it could be 4, it could be 5. Yeah, it's either 4 or 5 depending on the pair down. Yeah. There's 15 people today. Or wait, that would be 3 or 4 rounds, I think. I don't think there'd be a 5. If there's only 15, it'd be 3 or 4. Um Yeah, I think just like I think they just don't I think Hodie's run its time. Hodie's been a great card for so long, and now with Dead Man's Game in the format, I think they're fine just putting away Hodie Jones. Because Hodie Jones, like, yeah, you take a life, but nobody cares about that life, right? You play Hodie Jones because you're winning the game or losing. You're not winning it for the life, right? My favorite deck in the format, Nami, but I play right now. Right now, I'm really enjoying Green Blue Rosinante, and in OP12, I'm really enjoying Blue Purple Sanji alongside Green Blue Rosinante. They should ban Karasu. I hope they do. I hate that card. I hate that card. But I don't think you need to ban Karasu because I think the format will naturally rotate in 12 to where Bello Betty is not a factor like it is right now in 11. Bello Betty falls off in 12, chat. At first, I thought that Betty could get hit with something, but then I thought about in 12 and how Betty falls off the map. And so I don't have a problem with Betty anymore. You know? Yeah, like Dewey, the life can be an extra card. Oh yeah, Scarecrow. Yeah, or Scarecrown. The ban would Hodie Jones being banned would hurt a lot of green decks pretty bad. That's the downside to banning it. But that's again why I think they made searchers that can find event cards and Dead Man's Game. Yo, Steven, welcome to OPTCG. Green Zoro is really cool. I like Green Zoro. I think it's a fascinating deck to watch. I think the leader effect is really cool. I want Lin banned. I could see 9-drop Lin being banned, but I don't have like a huge problem with it. But I can see why it would be. Yeah, Pinwheel. Zoro Sanji's so sick. Any advice on where to play with new players trying to get into the game? I would recommend using the Bandai app, right? If you use the Bandai app, that'll show you all the locations that have locals. And you can even find, and then if so our city, Las Vegas, has a community Discord. Some people will just meet up, right, at stores, not necessarily for a local tournament, but just for like casual play. Some people will play webcam games on Discord. I think the best way as a new player is to just engage yourself within the community. Because like some people will know that you're new, and if you explain that you're new, people will be like more friendly in helping you understand like what's going on with their deck if you're not familiar with some things, stuff like that. I recommend just going in. Gum Gum Giant needs a limit. I just find it hard to believe that they'll do a limit because at least Japan has not done a limit before. The West has done a limit, but this is a Japanese band that we're talking about. I got beef with 8-Cost Kid. I could see 8-Cost Kid. I don't think it should, but I could see it. I know a lot of people that have beef with 8-Cost Kid. Vanderdecken, yeah, Vanderdecken. Don't ban my guy. I love Vanderdecken. That card is so funny, chat. Yo, greetings, Than. I'll call you Than if that's okay. I hope Germany's well. You're probably just like waking up right now, right? No, it's probably. Well, no, you're probably actually just waking up. Because it's like what, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., waking up early for work. But I don't think they'll bring back any of the cards that they ban. I truly don't. Because Japan hasn't done that yet. And I don't think they will. Yeah, Superman. I think the Bandai app's really good. Yeah, just like insert yourself in locals. Be engaged in your community. That's what I think is the best thing to do as a new player. Yeah, that's why, Lorenzo, I could see 9-cost Linlin being banned, is because none of the purple Big Mom Pirate decks play it. And so you're only hitting blue-purple Luffy, really. You're just hitting a potential option and tech cards for any other, like, purple deck, really. You would really just hurt blue-purple. Hey, thank you, JXN. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, if you're in Vegas, I'm at tier one Las Vegas every day. I am here every day. That's really like, unless there's like a major event, that's really the only locals that I go to right now. But if you come down here, I will be here more than likely, especially during One Piece tournaments. Yeah, I think you played the 6-cost Kuma and Bella Betty. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I mean, you heal, you get to heal again on the on KO. Pretty good. Hard to remove. Yeah, like if it didn't happen before Dewey, I agree. It's not going to happen now. It'd be really funny, though, if it did. You might need, Psych, you might need to check you, because I'm getting audio levels, and I'm talking to chat. It's interesting, Aaron. I think the community overall is nice. I just think the small select group of not nice individuals are just very loud. So they seem like a bigger group than not. I think there's a lot of great people in the One Piece trading card game. What leader is that, chat? Is that Teach? I think that's Teach on the left side. That's one of the new anniversary Teaches. Oh, I need to tighten this. Oh my gosh, 4:20 a.m. Thank you. Thank you, Than. I'm going to get more content up and going. Ooh, Bello Betty. Oh, nice, Piles. Kobe. I like watching Kobe. How are you, Eric? Yeah, Dewey. I mean, it's just every community that you're ever in for whatever, there's going to be some bad apples. But I think the One Piece community is really nice. I like them in Vegas at least. I think Vegas is pretty good. Yeah, William, like you definitely have to learn the keywords. Oh, against Bello Betty, it's Marshall D. Teach. It's a little hard to see because it's the anniversary. But chat, for anyone who doesn't know, it is Marshall D. Teach on the left side and Bello Betty on the right side. Oh no, Junesby, I'm a jerk on Twitter. Just kidding. Only sometimes. All right. Blackbeard versus Bello Betty, chat. Who wins? Is it Bello Betty? Does Bello Betty win? Bello Betty opting for the mulligan. Yeah, there's a lot of, and I have so many like stores that I can recommend to you, JXN, if you need it. Just like DM me on Discord, or you can at me in like our Discord server. I can tell you a lot of places to play in Vegas. There's a lot of good stores. Oh, nice, Junesby. Bello, you think's gonna win? Bello. I see a lot of Reiju mains. I have a Reiju deck sleeved up, ready to go. I like playing Reiju. It's fun. Ah, Chad the Bello Betty rocking the Dragon Shield sleeves. The Samurai Dragon Shield sleeves. I love those sleeves. All right, one Dawn, going to be Bello Betty, going to be a searcher in that top 5, right? Is going to be able to use on-play effects because going first, Blackbeard can't turn off your on-play effects. So is going to grab Karasu. That's the man, the myth, the legend right there. I hate that guy. But a really good card. Oh, yeah, Crossing, Night and Day, and Knick-Knack. Good places. So Blackbeard going to be starting with a My Era Begins. Grabs the full lead. Ends up pitching that 4-cost Kuzan and the 4-cost Black Hole. Is going to go ahead, utilize that full lead. Does have to pitch a card before you go into that top 3 search, though. Is going to get to 4 cards in the trash already. Pitches the Tempest Kick. So Tempest Kick and the 6-cost Liberation. Going to be really nice in this matchup, chat. Kuzan versus Rayleigh, who wins? Ooh, Jominic, it's tough. Because, like, it depends on the freezing for Kuzan, but it also depends on how fast Rayleigh can go. I think Rayleigh generally wins the matchup, but I think Kuzan can hold its own. I think it's pretty close. I haven't tested it too much, but that's what I think in theory. And so Bello Betty just going ahead, playing the Morley and passing, is going to go ahead. Blackbeard now using My Era Begins to start another good search. Is going to find 2 10-drop teaches. You definitely grab one of them, right? Because you can't grab Tempest Kick anyways. And with 3 more, we'll see the filtering from the full lead, but maybe a character played down. Is thinking about swinging at lead. Is going to go ahead with a 6. Going to try to get either a 2K or the first life. Hopefully no play triggers on this. And so is going to get the first life. Looks like potentially a trigger. Is no trigger right there. And the Doc Q is going to go in and KO the Bello Betty character. KOing and cost 1 or less. The full lead stage is going to pitch that 10-drop teach that he got, so no extra hand information. Grab that 5-cost Kuzan for another turn, and now needs to think about using the leader effect for the... needs to think about pitching a card for the leader effect. Looks like he has a 7-drop teach in hand. Oh yeah, Junesby, I am playing Gundam now. I've been really enjoying the game. I don't think it'll be my main game ever because I think Pokemon and One Piece take up too much of my thought process on a daily basis. But I think Gundam's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's on the left side, chat. It is Marshall D. Teach, for anyone who does not know. Shout out the BB players. We got a couple of them here. We got a couple that have topped regionals and like events and stuff like that. We've got some that play locally. And so Bello Betty, no on-play effects, goes ahead, swings at Doc Q, right? Doesn't want that removal on field. Blackbeard drawing a card off of that. So with the 4, is going to go ahead, play a Lindbergh. And then with 1, play potentially a 1-drop. Can't search off of it because of Blackbeard negating the on-play effects, but getting a spread out wide board, right? More bodies on the field can be nice for trying to blast this Blackbeard. So Blackbeard starting off with a 5,000 power swing. Looks like about 5 cards in hand. Is thinking about pitching a 1K. Is going to pitch a Karasu. Another one in the hand. And the Liberation is going to be able to get rid of both Morley and Lindbergh. That Liberation we knew was in hand. Again, just limiting the field. Nothing to be able to play outside of this full lead at this point is just going to go ahead, filter, and find a card. It's going to be the 6-cost blocker Kuzan. Put it in hand. Is going to need to use leader effect and is going to go ahead and use maybe the Kuzan or the 7-drop Blackbeard. 7-drop Blackbeard may be really nice just because, right, you're going to be able to remove a body. But if you have the Kuzan might be able to block an incoming attack. Gundam, just like every other game, is about to release set 1, so it's very beginning right now. It is definitely basic, but that's just because it is introducing all these mechanics into the game at the very beginning, so you can't make it too crazy. But I do think it's a different level of thinking comparatively to One Piece that scratches my itch of like learning a new game. It's very different. It's the same in a lot of situations, but it's very different. I think it's very fun. It's just going to be hard because product is really hard to find. If you're not already into it, it's hard to get into it now, I think. Yeah, it needs another set or two, as Zoni Mash is saying. And so Bellobetti starting out with the 6K swing. He takes the life right here. Is going to go ahead play a Lindbergh to put on the field. Is that a Gum Gum Pistol Red Hawk right there or Honesty Impact? Chat, can you tell what that event is in the hand? There's one of the alternate event. It might be a Divine Departure, actually. So is maybe thinking about playing that 2-cost Koala on the field, I think. And is going to go ahead and do that. 3 cards in the hand, I think. And pass off the turn to Blackbeard. Blackbeard still nothing on the field right now, but at 8 Dawn. Yeah, he's had the even curve. At 8 Dawn right now, could go ahead play that 7-drop Blackbeard that is in hand to get rid of one of these bodies on the field. I think green-purple Luffy's pretty good, yeah. Both of those Luffys are good, but I think green-purple is the better one of the two if you are just looking for the strictly better deck. Oh, yeah, Honesty Impact could be for the shoe buggy. That's an interesting tech. That's a good point, chat. I forgot that Honesty Impact really helps you out in the buggy matchup. So starts out with full lead, just looks at those top cards. Does find a My Era Begins as one of the options that it could grab, but ends up grabbing a 2K Stronger instead. Have we seen a Burgess at all in this game? I don't think we have. Or at least he hasn't found one yet. Is thinking about maybe swinging with some Dawn. I think he's trying to decide whether he wants to play Kuzan or the 7-drop Blackbeard. So ends up playing that Kuzan. 2 Dawn still active. Kuzan going to be able to grab a card and put it on the field. Right, that Kuzan plays a 5-cost or less onto the field. All in life, he's been looking. You think all the Burgesses are in life? All 4 Burgesses are the last 4 life, chat. If that was true, that would be insane. That's insanely unlucky. What does OP12 bring for green purple Luffy? No, like, actual cards, I think, besides maybe like Demonic 9-Sword style aura. More so just like the meta in its favor. That's kind of like what 12 really brings to it, but I think it could really have a legit chance to play Dead Man's Game. Because it's a Straw Hat Crew event. DD is just better than Impact because it's also a plus 3K at worst. Wait, what do you... Oh, Divine Departure. Oh, yeah, I think Divine Departure is just better than Honesty Impact, right? I think you're right about that. Okay, Koala going ahead and minusing the Kuzan. The Kuzan being now, I believe, a 3,000 power blocker. Is going to use Leader Effect to boost up the 3 bodies on field. Lindbergh will be able, with the plus 3,000, be able to use its effect because it's over 7,000 power to KO that blocker, right? Not get any value on a block. And so is going to go ahead and swing that 8,000 power, KOing the Kuzan. Kuzan is going to be able to bring back a 5 cost, so brings back the Van Augur and takes the first life. I don't know if it was Burgess chat. Yo, Manny, what's good? The Rosinante testing is going well. I like the deck a lot. I think it's cool. I'm going to be trying soon a new version of it, though. So now Koala going in and swinging at that Van Augur is going to allow the Blackbeard to draw 1. This is a grindy game, chat. Bello Betty, though, only 2 cards in hand. 1 after playing down another character here. So is going to play that Karasu. Does not get the minus effect, right? But is going to be able to establish a body on field with 5 bodies now for this Blackbeard to try to fight. And the plus 3,000 on the 1-cost Bello Betty swing is going to counter out, and another counter for the leader. And we go on to Blackbeard's turn. Still 3 life at this point, and 10-drop teaches can start hitting the field. Oh, does Honesty Impact hit 10k bodies? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it all depends on what you want to tech for, I think. It's one of those flex cards. So ends up using full lead to use on the teach. There's the Burgess, chat. He's real. He's real. Yeah, surprisingly grindy. Are you playing Black Purple? Was that you last round? Yeah, that was scary. Yo, what up, Mary? How are you? Yo, peace sign. What's good? So is going to go ahead, swing 7, KO that Lindbergh. Burgess coming down now, and another 4 is going to be for the Liberation. So the Liberation is going to minus that, what's his name? The guy I want, Karasu. Yeah, the guy I want to ban. And is going to be able to get rid of him. Karasu going to bring a lot of issues to this game, so getting rid of him is a high priority, and the leader effect pitching the 10-drop is going to pass off the turn. I think Blackbeard only has 2 cards in hand, potentially 4 swings coming down, maybe 5 with an Inazuma for the Bello Betty side. So I think now 2 cards in hand for the Bello Betty. So is going to immediately use leader effect to power up all 3, gets rid of that Ivankov. Can you just swing out right here? Can you just like swing out and put him on a clock basically? So is going to swing 5,000 potentially now. May have something like a dragon in hand. So now is going to swing 6,000 power, I think, at lead. Is going to take the first life. Another... Or no, I'm sorry, these are 7,000 power swings. Yeah, 7,000 power. Might be able to math out the final swing right here. The 1-drop Bello Betty, a 5,000 power character, is kind of doing the math on what is best. They're the same power as the leaders, so probably 9/9 is your best option right now. And you could potentially have a trigger character come down onto the field. I think you swing 9/9 right here. He has given you several 2Ks. I think you just take the gamble. Ooh, not actually as many 2Ks as I think. But I feel like if you're not going to play down a character, you just go 9/9. I mean, you're not dying next turn. You could potentially have a trigger body. he has to have like some removal thing to get rid of all 3 bodies. Yeah, just go ahead, swing 9. Takes the life. Ooh, My Era Begins could find a 2K. It doesn't. It finds Vasco Shot, which actually could provide some issues. And so the counter is just going to be only 8,000 power. Bello Betty claiming the win. Kind of seemed like a grindy, close game. But Bello Betty coming out victorious, chat. Very, very good job by that Bello Betty. Oh wait, if he didn't get the on play of Karasu, how did he minus the Kuzan with Koala last turn? Let me pull up the VOD. Hold on. I got to watch that back. That's a good point. Channel. That's my channel. I need to hit video here. Let's see. Trying to go here and there. I got to put this on screen. There we go. Okay. Let's watch this back. So it was just before this, right? It's the Kuzan. Oh, maybe it did. We got to see the end of this turn. Okay, so he's swinging in his turn. Oh, I don't think he did. I don't think he used leader effect. Yeah, he didn't use leader effect. He was thinking about it, but he didn't. So, yeah, he was able to make it a 4,000 power. That's my bad then. So there was... Yeah, he didn't leader effect that turn. I thought he did, which is why I said the Karasu didn't work, but the Karasu did work. It just wasn't as influential as the Koala. Good job.
Thank you.
That was a fun game. That was a grindy game.
Yeah, I wasn't. The feeling of not being able to do anything that early on, I'm like.
We did confirm, chat. Jesus, triple. Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't use leader effect. That's my bad, chat. That's what I get for paying attention to you guys during the game. I shouldn't talk to you guys. Yo, Orlandez, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, the triggers in life too. Crazy. Yeah, marry me. I watched a Kylakai's video today because today was like the first day in like a week that I've had service because I've been in the mountains for the last 5-6 days. It was a really good video. It was super insightful. I really enjoyed it. And I know it took him a long time to do. I know he put in a lot of work on it. No, I thought so too, Lorenzo, but I think he maybe was just afraid. I think he was just afraid of like a liberation trigger or a black hole, a black hole trigger or something that could like pop the Karasu. Oh yeah, Alonzo, it was 619. 619 the game. He was playing Bello Betty. The players know that there are people watching. They know that people watch on the stream. Also, chat, thank you so much for watching. If you're here, we are waiting on round 3 to start. Just waiting for the rest of the rounds to finish up. If you're enjoying the content, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube, please make sure to subscribe, follow. Appreciate the help on the channel, chat. We are growing. And on the YouTube channel, we have much more content in the coming days. Going to be very exciting. And in the Discord, you'll know what content's coming soon. Karancho, Wongpu, and Avion. Thank you so much for following over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Noah, what's going on? Because that 7... Oh, yeah, the 7 cost buggy, yeah. That's why I think he's playing Divine Departure. What were you doing in the mountains? Celebrating. Chad, I was at Yellowstone this past weekend celebrating my girlfriend's birthday. We took like a vacation out there. We went to Yellowstone. And we went to other surrounding places. Any teach in the tournament? We just watched one. Yeah, there's at least one Marshall D teach. Hey, I appreciate it, Marry Me. I think there's fabulous content creators out there. And the interest in the Japanese meta is growing within the last 2 years, which is why Kailakai has soared above. Because one, he plays in there. He's a good creator. He's a great creator. And the interest from the general public has really gone up in the Eastern meta in the last 2 years. Because I've been doing the Japanese tournaments since December 2023, I think. So I've kind of seen, like, as one of the first people like doing the Japanese tournaments, it's really interesting to see all these people now do the Japanese tournaments. It's really, really cool. It's really cool. And it'll be even more interesting when simultaneous release happens next year. That's going to be really interesting as well. But chat, I hope everybody's having a good day. We will be live every Tuesday, Thursday, unless said so otherwise, chat. Every Tuesday, we stream the Tier 1 Las Vegas local tournament. So checking out our local crew playing. It's a store credit tournament today because there's no boxes available, no packs. It is a store credit tournament, but still a good amount of people, you know, just here supporting the store. One of the newer stores here in Las Vegas and the place that houses our studio here. And chat, on Saturday, we're going to have a special Saturday stream. Chat, we are running a tournament on this channel here at Tier 1 where we are unbanning everything. We are unbanning every card on Saturday. So Saturday, be here on this channel. I'll tell you guys more details about it in the next day or two. But on this channel, we are hosting a tournament where every card is legal. Every card. No, there was no active volcanoes, Buddha Bear. Yeah, the card game in general is doing really well. What's the best card, BLT? If we don't get an Emu leader in OP13, what's the second best guess on the last leader? I don't know, because, like, why would they not tell us who Emu is? Or, like, why would they not tell us Emu? Right? Because it's been... I don't know. It just feels weird. Like, it has to be Emu, right? I don't know who the Elders or Saturn or Emu really is, so I can't provide any opinion. I think Sakazuki's going to be in that tournament. I think Sakazuki is going to be really good. Like, Red Purple Law is also really, really nice, but I don't know. Like, if the Red Purple Law Like the red purple law has to find Black Maria, right? Because the whole reason that red purple law got banned is because Black Maria released an OP08 and it absolutely broke the deck. We covered it all on the channel, chat. We have, like, if you want to watch how good red purple law was with Black Maria, go in my channel and type in OP08 and you will find how good that deck was. That deck was crazy. But Sakazuki was also nuts. And I feel like Sakazuki could win that matchup because Sakazuki can remove multiple things a turn, whereas Red Purple Law cannot. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, Pac-Man, I think they're waiting on something in the manga. I think they're waiting on like a reveal in the manga or something. The week of One Piece Day, that's a good guess. Loki leader. I've heard a lot of good things about Loki. I don't know who he is, but I've heard some good things. Oh, I feel like it's going to be Emu. I just don't know anything. Chat, my only context on Emu in One Piece is in Japan, Emu got like a big, like 3-foot tall plush. And the only thing I know about it is Japanese Twitter takes pictures of like Emu eating a bowl of spaghetti or like sitting in a car seat or, you know, is doing the Titanic pose with somebody. That's like the only thing that I know about Emu. And it's really funny. Yeah, they're either waiting for the anime or the manga. And I feel like it could be the anime. Let me make sure the camera didn't die, chat. Let me make sure the camera didn't die, because I think they're sitting down, but there's nobody at the table. Nobody's at the table yet. I'm slowly getting through the One Piece anime. I am not close to being done, but I'm slowly getting through it. I'm going at my own pace. What if Oda is the last leader, chat? How crazy would that be? If Oda is the final leader, chat, you all owe me $5 each. Oh, I like the game a lot. I think the game is really fun, and that's how I got into One Piece, is the game. I think the game is really fun in terms of card games. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Buddha Bear. Yeah, so yeah, technically you are correct in Active Volcano, but it was not going to go off while we were there, hopefully. Yo, what up, Pac-Man? No. No. That's not part of the deal, Pac-Man. That's not part of the deal. No. I am currently, they just got on the train to Ennis Lobby. Like, literally just got on the train. That's where I'm at in the anime right now. Kaido was yo, what up, Kibi? Kaido was the big reveal recently, or in the last couple years. Ooh, Luffy. Chat, we got Blue, Purple, Luffy, and Bello Betty. So this Blue, Purple, Luffy, chat, if you watched a Kai's video, this is pretty much a Kai's deck list that he posted in his big meta video. So this is going to be interesting to see how this deck goes. He's training for a tournament coming up. So he's playing this deck. He's topped with Blackbeard, I think. The Blue Purple Luffy player. He's topped with Blackbeard recently. He topped another event. I think it was also with Blackbeard. Very good player. So Bello Betty and Blue Purple Luffy. Very much in Bello Betty's favor, right? One of the reasons that Bello Betty is so good, but this blue purple Luffy list being Ikailikai's list, basically, or at least has some inspiration from Ikailikai's list. Ikailakai. The blue purple Luffy player is Limes. This is Limes as blue purple Luffy and Scadio as Bello Betty. Yo, happy Tuesday, Kibi. The week is good. Getting back into the swing of things. Just spent the whole weekend on a mountain and climbing trails. So that was fun. Ooh, they tied. We rarely see a coin flip tie on stream chat. Ooh, okay. So Bello Betty winning the coin flip. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I know a couple people that have played Pokemon. I feel like mostly I see Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh players coming into One Piece. So it looks like blue purple Luffy mulliganing. The Bello Betty looks like the list might be a little bit different. I see like the Karasu blocker that we didn't see in the previous round. Yeah, Scotty usually plays Bonnie. Yeah, Scotty usually has played Bonnie in the past, but playing Bello Betty right now. Yo, Victor, what's good? I'm kind of curious to see this too, because I want to see what Kai's list, I want to see it in action. Because, chat, if you do not know, there is no 8-cost Katakuri in this blue-purple Luffy list. Not a single one. So passing on a 1-Dawn turn, Bello Betty is going to go ahead, play a 1-drop Searcher on the start. Does find that Rev Army headquarters stage. Might go ahead and grab that and play that for the other Dawn for the turn. And is it going to do exactly that? That stage, if you do not know, chat, is a really good stage to be able to filter out the hand. Be able to find exactly what you're looking for. So thinking about what to pitch, going to be a Raise Max. Is going to look at the top 3 for a Rev Army. We see a couple Zeus be passed up on these searches, right? Can't grab those, so to the bottom of the deck. So Zeus not going to be a big factor in this game. So blue purple Luffy now on 3 needs to play something like Zoro Juro at this point. And so now the 6,000 power swing at lead is potentially a trigger, but no trigger on that one, and passes off the turn. No Zoro Juro to play. So now Bello Betty moving to the 4-Dawn turn is going to go ahead and stage first. Going to filter the hand out. One of the 2 Karasu blockers they have does have a 4-drop and 5-drop. Ivankov does go with the 4-drop, and the Karasu going down to the bottom of the deck is going to go ahead, play that Karasu down, and more than likely use the leader effect. Does have 2 Karasus in hand right now, so is going to use leader effect to boost up that Ivankov, play down the Karasu, and make the Luffy a 5,000 power leader. Is going to go ahead with a Bello Betty 1-cost swing at lead first. So is going to go ahead, take that first life. It's going to be a Gear 2 event, and now the Bello Betty leader swing. We'll see if he ends up pitching one for the counter. Is thinking about maybe the Bon Clay at this point. So is going to go ahead, use Bon Clay. Not going to play it on this 5-Dawn turn that he's got coming up on this potential ramp. Yeah, it could have been a trigger if it was the 5 or less. You're right. That's probably why they thought about it. And is going to start off with a Nami. So is going to go ahead, look at that top 3, filter out the hand, put some on the top or bottom. Needs to put 2 cards to be exact. Looks like there's a Sanji in hand, I think. Is thinking about putting the Gear 2. Some 2K Sanjis. I would maybe put the Gum Gum Giant there, because you're not going to use Gum Gum Giant this early. I would honestly like keep the Gear 2 in hand. Keep the Gear 2. Well, Gear 2 is not going to help you because you don't have any Dawn, right? You don't have any Dawn to utilize. Does have a fair amount of counter in hand, I think, as they come down to a 5,000 power leader on this next turn. No God Thread right now. And is going to put those cards to the bottom of the deck, so doesn't want to see them at all. Plenty in hand. Looks like 7 in total. So now the Bello Betty moving to 6. We know there's another Karasu in hand, right? So could put this blue-purple Luffy down to 4,000 power. That's huge. And so Koala Blocker is going to be able to come down after taking a life, is going to be able to play down a character, and another Ivankov is coming in. Oh, maybe thinking not the Ivankov. I was going to say you could go the Ivankov, right? Because then the Ivankov plays the Karasu. So drawing a card after that, that Karasu comes down, is going to go ahead and boost the, or power down the Luffy to Anemone. Is going to put it down to 5,000, but the Karasu swing is going to put the Luffy down to 4,000 power. So is going to take this first life. A Bello Betty swing now, 5,000 power at a 4,000 is just... Did he not elect... Maybe he minus the Nami once for the 5,000 power leader swing. So he didn't. He might have actually done one on the Nami to put it at 5,000 and one on the Luffy to be able to counter out, or so like he couldn't free block on the 5,000 power leader swing. That might have actually been what he'd done. Interesting. So another Nami comes down on the field, because then that math makes sense of like you using the 1K counter for the leader swing, and then 2Ks for the 8,000 power swing at lead. So yeah, that's probably what happened there. Yeah, I think that's what happened because he was consistently using... I think he just didn't want to give up the free block on the blue-purple Luffy. In case anybody was curious, chat. Did he misclick? I almost misclicked. So a lot of bodies on the field now, right? One of these two cards in hand, probably going to be using for a leader effect. Still has 2 Dawn open and a couple Gear 2s. It's going to start off with the leader effect to go ahead, swing 8,000 power and minus 1 the Luffy, I believe. I believe Luffy, now a 4,000 power leader, is going to go ahead and just do 2 blocks, right? And the Kuma now, I think Kuma now swinging 7 is just going to take the life. The Ivankov now swinging, ends up conceding basically, chat. Saying, you know what, with the different swings, even with my Gear 2s, not going to be able to get out of that one. Shoo! So, chat, if you do not know, Bello Betty is favored into blue-purple Luffy, and that's kind of exactly why. Yeah, for anyone who does not know, that is typically how the matchup goes. That is very much how the matchup goes. And it looks like, chat, we have a fun game. Ooh, Chad, we got some OP12 in here. Wait for round 4. That's what we're doing right now, Chad. Chad, we're going to get some OP12. And so it looks like Zoro, one of the new hot decks on OP12. Is that League of No, that is Zoro Dawn Sleeves. So that was the mulligan, and he did have ramp. He did have Bon Clays, but he valued the Nami more, the Nami blocker more. But that's just how it typically goes. So this is an interesting matchup that I don't know too much about, chat, because Bonnie, right, has a really interesting interaction with Zoro, right? Zoro being able to restand on the leader effect when he battles characters. Bonnie can kind of counter that because if he decides to swing with a character first, Bonnie can use her leader effect to rest the Zoro leader to prevent him from using his leader effect. So this is going to be a really interesting matchup. No, these are proxies that they've printed out. These are proxies. This is a fun game, chat. Round 3 already finished. And so now, because that match was so quick and they've got time, they're going to play a fun OP12 round for us. So shout outs to Limes and Scottio playing a quick OP12 match. I think Bonnie mulliganed. Yeah, just don't swing with character first. Simple. Sunayoshi, hopefully I said that right. Got to put out the life, chat. If you don't put out life, it makes the game very difficult for you, by the way. Is going to start off with a 1-drop Bonnie Searcher. Obviously no searching, but is just going to go ahead and do that. The Zoro, no 1-drops, no Hiyori, no Perona to be able to do some searching. And the Bonnie is going to go off utilizing the Bonnie Search. So on the search, ends up finding, is that a 4-drop? Is that the 4-drop Basil Hawkins right there? Ends up finding a 2K on the Scratchman of Pooh. So is that an 8-cost Dracul Mihawk, I think? Alternate art? These proxies, man, they look good. Is just going to go off with the Scratchman of Pooh 2K. Right, still 2 Dawn left. Do they have another search? Could go ahead and after this 5K swing, play the Kyoshiro. So is going to go ahead, take that life, is going to play the Kyoshiro. Can't really protect the Bonnie on the field, but is going to establish a blocker to be able to protect bodies maybe on a future turn at this point. Yes, this is for entertaining the audience. I don't think Mary Go gets banned. And so is just going to go ahead, rest the Kyoshiro, and swing into the Bonnie. Ends up clearing the Bonnie and then swings into lead, right, based on Zoro's leader effect. Kuina being a very nice card for this specific situation, at least. I don't know about the matchup, but definitely this situation. Now the Kyoshiro stands the Bonnie swinging with the leader at the Kuina, plays down an Uroge, right, chat, Uroge, and passes the turn, restanding the 1 Dawn for leader effect. Uroge, chat, is in pretty much every single Bonnie deck at this point, and so now ends up using the Tashigi. The Tashigi can only rest 1 character on the field, and so is thinking about if it's better to rest the Uroge or the Kyoshiro. You downloaded them from LimeWire. You can get them in a lot of places. You can get them at Eggman events. I think Kardi Kaizoku's website also has it. You can get it off One Piece Top Decks, right? There's a lot of places where you can get them. So ends up swinging at the Uroge, ends up blocking it, and then uses leader effect to restand Bonnie down to 3 life now at this point. So now the Uroge still stands, right? Because after Zoro restands with leader effect, he cannot swing at characters at a cost of 7 or less, I believe. It's either 7 or 8, I can't remember. I need to refresh myself before we really get into it. And then plays the carrot on curve, right? The carrot going to stun that Tashigi is really going to limit the Zoro to just 1 swing at the characters per turn. And so now Zoro at 8 Dawn, I believe, could play Dracul Mihawk, right? We see another Tashigi in hand, could go in at this carrot, and Tashigi is going to come in and try to get rid of this carrot. This carrot is going to be a threat to constantly keeping his bodies frozen on the field, and with 3 extra Dawn is just going to attach 2 of them and swing a lot at this carrot. The leader effect of Bonnie resting the other Tashigi is going to restand no matter what at this point, right? And so the block is going to go ahead, restand the Zoro, swing at lead, put the Bonnie to 2, and now the carrot restand is going to be freezing one of these Tashigis. Yeah, Scotty sleeved it up in 12 for the OP12 testing chat. We got a lot of people that are going to Dallas. I think Scotty has his invite to Dallas, and I think he's going to play Bonnie. So starting out with the 5K swing is going to counter with the 1K counter Cavendish. Is going to go ahead on the carrot swing, freezing a Bonnie, counter with the X-Drake for 2K. And is thinking about playing, I think, the 9-cost Shanks right now. So is going to do exactly that, KOing the non-frozen Tashigi. And now Zoro, once again, only 1 card can be able to swing on the turn. So we'll see no leader effect for the Bonnie, but leader effect not really needed. The Mihawk going to go in and restand for Dawn, leaves him with 6 left in the turn. Yeah, I'm excited for the pre-releases too. I probably won't play in any, but I'm excited to at least, like, you know, get the cards. Yo, what up, Dum Dum? How are ya? The Cavendish comes down, will restand 2 Dawn for 3 left. Perfect for the leader, as he could go in now, swing at this carrot, right? Try to keep his bodies alive. The carrot going in is going to be a 2K, 1K to get out of the swing. And now just an 8,000 power swing at lead. One of the upsides of countering out of the swing is you get to keep the characters, but when the swing comes back at lead, not going to have as much counter to be able to stop that Zoro. So now should be at a full 10 Dawn turn, I think, for the Bonnie. Is going to go ahead, swing the Bonnie right here. Is going to be a 1K counter on the Zoro, a 6K swing at lead. Has about 5 cards in hand. Does have a 2K Tashigi. Is going to utilize that. The Shanks swing is going to go ahead, take a life. And so for, what was that, 4 Dawn, going to be an Eroge, a Kyoshiro, and another Kyoshiro, leaving 2 Dawn up at the end of turn, right, as that was 8 Dawn in total, 1 being left as inactive, and then the end of turn Eroge, restanding 1. Plenty of blockers now at this point. Went from 0 to 100 real quick. So Code Red, it is Scottio playing Bonnie on the left side and Limes playing Zoro on the right side. They're playing a little bit of buffer in between the OP11 rounds, right? Because their round finished so quick. They're getting in a round of OP12 for us, so then we can continue watching stuff. So Zoro now is going to use the Hiyori, right? Is maybe trying to find a slash character or a event. Does find Dead Man's Game, I think, in that stack. Is thinking about grabbing it, I think, just to maybe threaten in a future turn. Is going to go for the Dracul Mihawk, though. Lime's my goat. Scotty and Lime's, both my goats. The Dracul Mihawk is going to be able to restand for Dawn, right, to be able to utilize through the rest of the turn. Plus, you have Cavendish, maybe. But I think you probably have to swing with lead, and the Cavendish gets rested, unfortunately. So swings at the carrot, ends up resting the Mihawk. So the Mihawk is interesting, right, after that block, because now Cavendish can go in and swing. And so now swings 6 at the carrot. I would have maybe swung 7, I think. Is going to be another Kyoshiro block. Maybe not a lot of counter in this Bonnie's hand. Oh, is maybe thinking about playing over the Hiyori for a 2-drop blocker of his own and passes off the turn. Doesn't even use leader effect. Not even using leader effect? Wait, Limes, what are you doing? Why are you not swinging 8 at lead? What? Yo, what up, Holler? How you doing? Rosie's so sick. I love the deck. I love the leader. I love just the how it's so different. It's been going good. I don't know why he didn't use leader effect, chat. He should have definitely used leader effect and swung 8 at lead, right? Am I crazy? Because he swung at the carrot, so he was battling a character, got the block. It's still battling a character. I'm going to yell at him. I hope he watches this VOD. So ends up on the 5K swing, countering out with the Perona. Just 2 cards in hand, I believe. Who's got the white tube socks on that top right corner? Ends up on the 6K swing, is going to take that life, no trigger. So now the Shanks coming in with the big swing. 2 blockers on the field, remember. Is going to go ahead, block with the Kyoshiro. Not really any removal in the deck for Bonnie. So Kyoshiro, kind of a safe block at this point, is going to play down the Cavendish to restand 2. Still has, I believe, 7 Dawn in total to work with. And 7 Dawn coming, or 5 Dawn coming down for the Bonnie. So Bonnie blocker, the secret rare in OP12 is going to filter the hand a bit. And the end of turn is going to leave 3 Dawn active. So the Cavendish frozen from the carrot swing. Oh, he blocked with. Oh, he blocked with the other 2-drop, but I just didn't see. That's my bad. Thank you, Nathan. I won't yell at him. It's one of the combos of all time. What are those? Ooh, does have the 3-cost event chat. Luffy will be king of the pirates, but with 2 blockers on the field, can you have that math work out? You might be able to get game here, right? You've got a couple bodies that can swing, and you've got that event. So you go ahead, swing 10 at the carrot. Is going to rest the Dracul Mihawk there. I don't think you can get game anymore, right? Can you get game? Is going to block with the Erogue on the carrot. Really prioritizing this carrot. What's the math here? Because now you're Tashigi swinging 8 at the carrot. Gosh, we really hate this carrot. 8,000 finally gets rid of the carrot, chat. I think it's tough right now. Like you can't swing Dracul Mihawk, right? You should play down. Oh, he is going to play the event. He is going to restand. Okay. So now 10,000 power ad lead. Does have 1 Dawn up, I think. Is going to take it. Oh, it's the 1K event. Chat, it's Dead Man's Game. Is going to block on the leader swing. Passes off the turn. Does not go in with the Dracul Mihawk. Does he have another 3-cost event? I think he has another 3-cost event. So there's Dead Man's Game resting the Dawn and the Mihawk. Still has to swing out, though. Is going to swing with the Cavendish first. Is going to take that life. A Paradise Waterfall, which would have been great to use with Dawn. And the Shanks and Bonnie swings. Bonnie is going to win this practice game, chat. Close game. Oh, no, he had a 0-cost event. He didn't have another 3-cost restand event. All right. Round 4 should be starting soon. Definitely an interesting game. I think Zoro, like, kind of... No, Bonnie just playing all of those 2-drop blockers that Zoro couldn't interact with, I think was so good. So it looks like 4th round just got paired, chat. I think it's going to be, like, Bonnie versus something. Or not Bonnie, I'm sorry, Bello Betty. So it should be Scottio, who is playing Bello Betty. Bello Betty versus something. I don't know what it could be. Whatever it may be. Is Hody getting banned? Maybe. Maybe, Fausto. We don't know yet. We don't know. I think it will be. Do I agree with it? No. But I think it will. But there's no official word yet. There's no official ban list. Yeah, the proxies look pretty good. The proxies look good. Betty versus Betty? It might be Betty versus Betty. What happens in Betty versus Betty, chat? I don't think it's Betty versus Betty. This is someone we've seen before. Is it Betty versus Betty? I think it's Betty versus Betty, actually. Yeah, I think it's Betty versus Betty, chat. Yeah, it is, because that's 619's wristwatch. Gum Gum Red Rock banned? Nah, I don't see it. I don't see Gum Gum Red Rock being banned. I think Gum Gum Red Rock's too niche. And it's not abused like Raigo was. Raigo was straight up abused by Enel, Vegapunk, Black Hill Luffy. Red Rock is really just like a tech card in blue purple Luffy. I don't think they kind of match. Long live Body, praying for Gum Gum Giant's downfall. I kind of think that they're just going to ban the leader, unfortunately. I agree with you, Kami. I don't think Hody Jones needs to be banned. I just think they will ban it. Because I think Hody Jones fits in the same category as Rygo did in their minds, where Hody Jones is just, it's too good and the cost of it doesn't matter. Like the players ignore the cost and it's absurd. And it's definitely abused by Green, 100%, as Hootie Bison says. I agree with that. And although I don't think it should be banned, I think it should stay. Let me put that on record. I think it should stay. I think it's going to get banned. Because I think it fits the same category as Rygo. And for the reasonings that they gave for the Rygo ban, I think Hody fits that same thing. And now in OP12, we have Dead Man's Game event, which is kind of like a Hody replacement in a sense. So, do I agree with it? No. Do I still think it's going to happen, though? Yes. But that's just my opinion. I think their anime counterparts are booty cheeks. I don't know either of their anime counterparts. Yeah, I kind of agree, Nathan. I think the leader effect is just like insanely strong. Bring back Moby Dick. Hey, on Saturday, Chad, we will be hosting a tournament here on the channel where every card is legal. We are hosting an unbanned tournament on the channel on Saturday where Sakazuki is legal, Red Purple Law is legal, Gecko is legal, Impact is legal, Rygo's legal, Boat is legal, Kabaji is legal in Nami. We're hosting a tournament on Saturday, Chad, on this channel. I'll tell you more about it later this week. We're hosting a tournament. It's going to be so funny to see what's going to dominate. I know there's some people playing Whitebeard. I know there's some people playing Law. I know there's some people playing Sakazuki. I think there might be one Anel. Why did Gecko get banned? Because Gecko was very much abused by any black deck, and the recursion that it could do, getting back a 4 cost and a 2 cost, just gave so much valuable. It's IRL here in the store, Pac-Man. Nami's winning the tournament, mark my words. I hope it does, because I'm going to cast it, chat, and I hope that Nami wins. I hope that Nami wins. Red Purple Law, though, is crazy, I will say, because it's Black Maria Red Purple Law. Okay, so the player on the right side is going second, chat. You guys said that that was going to be a huge advantage in this game, and player on the right is going second. Player on the left starting out with a search does find a Lindbergh. Going to be a good card in this matchup, I feel like. And the Bello Betty on the right side is going to go ahead play a Kuma. The Kuma is going to pop the 1-drop searcher, control the board a little bit. Definitely pretty good. Passing off the turn to the 3 Dawn turn for the player on the left. Player on the left is going to play a headquarters, right? The Revolutionary Headquarters is going to pitch a card and do some searching. Not sure what they're going to pitch, though, at this point. Ends up being a Kuma, and so is going to be looking at that top 3. Finds a 5-drop Ivankov. Going to be a nice card, right? Be able to swarm the field. I feel like whoever swarms the field more is probably going to be the winner of this game. So a 7K at lead. Is it a trigger body? It is. It is. It's going to be a Kuma. Kuma hitting the field now and passing off the turn to the player on the right side. They banned Red Purple Law because it was incredible. Chat, if you want to know why they banned Red Purple Law, go to my channel, my YouTube channel, and type OP08 and watch every single video. I have like 35 videos on the channel of Red Purple Law and why it got banned. Just watch all those videos. And so ends up swinging 5K at lead. Looks like it is going to take the life. No trigger body. They're unfortunate for the player on the left. And the 1 is going to be for another searcher, Bello Betty, going to be trying to find a piece of the puzzle. Still 3 Dawn left within the turn. Is going to be a Koala. And the Koala going to be in the hand. I know I was playing with Ronan. Is that an Usopp I see? Is that an Egghead Usopp? No shot, chat. Was that an Egghead Usopp in the hand? Chat, somebody tell me I was lying. No shot. So now Bello Betty at 5 Dawn is probably just going to hard play that Ivankov that they've got in hand, right? Going to try to swarm the board with a body within that top 3. But first is going to go ahead and swing 5. Is going to think about maybe countering out right here, but takes the life. Potential trigger. But no, puts it back into hand. Definitely not one of those 5 or less life play cards. Yeah, we have a store, Dean, over here. It's Tier 1, the little logo at the bottom. We're streaming their local tournament right here in the store. And so on this top 3, uses the headquarters HQ stage, ends up finding the Rush Inazuma, and goes ahead now with the 5, plays that Ivankov, looks at the top 3, does find a Karasu, 2 Karasus, by the way. Nice little blocker right there, but that Morley is going to be unblockable. We do have a German 66 deck. It's called Reiju. Oh, Breck, you said the list is dumb. Was that an Usopp that I saw, Chad? Somebody tell me that I was making stuff up. Yeah, I don't think Gum Gum Giant's getting banned. I think it just hurts too many decks. In like a bad way. Yo, what up, McRib? Yeah, me and Ronan earlier got some good games of Red Purple Law. I got demolished. I was playing a not unbanned. I was playing a OP12 Rob Lucci deck against an unbanned Red Purple Law deck. It hurt. Usopp is a good tech for playing against Buggy? I don't get the lore. And so is going to use leader effect, pitching the Morley, is thinking about what the third body they want to use to boost up. Ends up going with the 2 Kumas and the Morley. So still has some Dawn to work with. We see that Divine Departure in hand. Could be pretty good in this matchup, right? Starts out with the Morley, is going to take that life into hand. Still no trigger bodies. Yeah, that is an Usopp right there. That's crazy. They smell like chemicals for some reason? Oh, that's the Dragon Shield. Yeah, that's the Dragon Shield sleeves. I love those sleeves. I don't use them because they're so pretty. Because I'm a monster with my sleeves. It looked like Usopp's like slingshot. It looked like the Egghead Usopp. Is going to take another life right there. Another 5K swing. So is going to counter out of that with the 1K Kuma. And so now another 5K swing. Maybe playing that Koala or something. Goes down to 0. And so with the 3, is going to go ahead play another Morley. A big, big body. And it looks like player on the right side really just steamrolling in this game, I think. So is going to go to Dawn. The quickest matchup in the West, chat. I think 5 cards in hand. Yeah, 5 cards in hand right now. No Dawn up, so Divine Departure not going to be able to get an encounter. Starts out with a 5K swing. I think that's way too much, Pac-Man. I don't think Bandai would do something that complex. Took a 5K swing. Interesting. The Inazuma coming down. Going all in now, this Bello Betty, plus 3,000 everywhere. Is going to go ahead with a 9,000 power swing, I think. Just needs to hit twice. It is an Usopp, chat. I was right. So needs a blocker right here on this 7. I'm trying to do math. 9,000 power swing. Is this going to be another 9 coming in? Is it a blocker? No. And the swing. Oh, 2K, 1K is going to go to the player on the left side, I believe. Pretty sure player on the left just won. Or wait. Hold on. What is that Ivankov? It's a red Ivankov. Yeah, 6,000 power, so it was a 9,000 power swing. Only 2K, 1K. Shoo! That was close. Hey, Dean, I'm glad you've enjoyed them. I appreciate that. I try to work hard on them. No, Victor, we just have 2 here today. It's just that they've been on stream a lot. Because they've obviously been winning. Well, I mean, yeah, if you name like the best 10 cards and say, well, some of them are going to get banned. Well, yeah, because they're the 10 best cards. Yeah, it was a close game. I think the big thing, I think if he left one out for, I think if he left one up for the Divine Departure, I think he would have gotten out of it, and I think he would have won. I think that was the big mistake. I don't think he thought that the player on the left was going to go for game there. I think he thought he had another turn. Well, I don't agree with that, Pac-Man, because the Luffy can only do it if they reveal 2 events. Which the Jinbei, you just had to have the other card in hand. The Luffy is more of a cost. Now, because you play Rayleigh, and naturally the deck plays like, what, like 16 events or something like that? Or it's somewhere between like 12 to 16, I think. Maybe like 10 to 16. You're probably more than likely going to have 2 events in hand. I just think Cody's really good. And I think, especially in the last several OP12 tournaments, chat, Hody Jones has been like all over the stream games at least. And I know that's a small sample size, but I think it's no doubt that Hody Jones is the best green card, you know? But I could see like I could see 9-cost Linlin. I could see the leader, right? I don't know if I would I can't see them both, but I could see one or the other. Because whichever one you hit, it is going to hurt the deck, but not too much more of the meta. So Shanks, as soon as Blue Purple Luffy came out, Shanks became a not very good deck because Shanks just can't compete with it. Can't. Yo, what up, Yoast? How are you doing? Shanks like can't keep up with Blue Purple Luffy at all. And then like you have a lot of the other aggro decks and like Bello Betty on the huge come up right now, and especially with Rayleigh being a really good aggressive deck into you, I don't think you can keep up with that. Even if you do have that minus 1,000 power somewhere, Zoro, you can't keep a body on the field against Zoro until like the late game, and so Zoro's just like building up board like crazy. So I think like Shanks just doesn't. Yeah, that's a really good point, as Yost with the Most is saying. Shanks is a fair deck, and all the other decks are cheating. And like that's a really like that's a good point. Like memes aside. Oh, you're at 18 at the moment with the list that you're testing. I can't remember what my friend Ruben is on event wise, but it's probably somewhere between like 15 to 17, 18, maybe. I don't know. Yo, what up, Dark Whimsicott? I don't think that's like. I mean, I agree. Like, I'm gonna be sad that I lose out on OP03 Nami, right? Because it's my beloved deck, and I love that deck. But it's gonna be healthy for the game, chat. It's gonna be really healthy for the game. Yeah, Hody Jones is the bane of my existence, I feel like, in casting the last couple weeks. Yeah, Hody demands 3 blockers on board and 2 to 3 Dawn Up, which is crazy. I don't know if they need to ban Gum Gum Giant, because there are counters to Gum Gum Giant. Now, Gum Gum Giant is very strong, don't get me wrong, one of the best cards in the game. But I don't know. I don't know if I would ban it. Because, like, it's not a problem until the end of the game, right? And the more you use them in succession, the more that you use them in succession, the more it hurts, right? Because you're minusing, like, so much Dawn. It's really interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't mind if it went away, but also I'm not convinced that it needs to go away. That might be a hot take. I will agree that it's very strong. Yeah, the end game for Shanks, as you're saying, Noel, is just not as good as it once was. I think Zoro will be very good in the West. Yes, Green Zoro. No, I think in OP11, Blue Purple Luffy had good success, right? In OP11, it just didn't win everything. I think it still had good success. It was very popular. It took up a lot of the room, had a good amount of spots in top cuts. It just didn't win everything. But that doesn't mean that it was a bad deck or anything like that. You can still be the best deck in the room, but not win every single tournament. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what rotation does to alternate arts and like the secondhand economy of the game, the investment side. Yeah, like there's an upcoming Warlord set in 14, so like probably Doflamingo. It wouldn't surprise me if like 3 of the 6 leaders were 7 Warlords. What do I think of Purple Katakuri? I like the deck. I think it's in the rogue category, unfortunately, but I think it's like one of the better ones you could play. Rogue being anything that's not like a top 7, 8, 9 deck. 10, maybe. Because the meta is so diverse, Purple Katakuri can live. Because it fits in that diversity of like good decks that you can succeed with. Yeah, I agree, Dark Whimsicott, that like the Tony, there was 15 tonight. 15. Ruben didn't play. I think not having starter deck 22 hurts blue yellow Nami a lot. Because blue yellow Nami is like one of the best decks to play the Odin card, the 7-cost Odin that restands. And I think that's one of the reasons why blue yellow Nami just hasn't really done much, is because we're waiting on that starter deck. Yeah, Hunter Spike. Red Rayleigh is going to be sick. Kuma should have a leader. Kuma has some broken cards, though. Like that new Secret Rare. So good. But yes, we need a Brook leader. And Frankie. Oh, Dean. Do you know what's happening in OP13? There's a Roger leader in OP13. It is confirmed. And guess what? It looks really good. It looks really good. 6K Ace leader will be as strong, if not stronger, as peak blue purple Luffy. I will be honest, Chad. I'm not over. Like I have read through the OP13 leaders. I haven't watched too much because I just got back from vacation. So I haven't. I'm not as in tune to OP13 as I want to be. Ooh, chat. We got another game. Oh, this is Ruben though. Ooh, Chad, we got Rayleigh. I'll just clear those. I think the tournament's over, Chad, but we're going to get a nice OP12 game for the camera. It looks like Limes is going up against Ruben. So it's going to be Zoro versus Rayleigh, chat. Yeah, I could see Brook being at least half black. He could be like black yellow or something. He's just half black. I think it'd be cool if he was like black green. I think it'd be cool if he was black green, because doesn't he get introduced in like Thriller Bark? Right? So he could be like a partially Thriller Bark leader and be a better Perona. Chad, I know that Ruben over here on the right side playing the red Rayleigh. He has been playing a lot of Rayleigh. He's probably going to play it for the LCQ in Dallas. He's been grinding a lot of games, a lot of practice. Yo, nice, Dean. That's awesome. We'll probably open up some OP13 here on the channel. So I stream my own games sometimes, but I like commentating over our games. And if it was just me, then you would only see like one deck the entire time. Whereas I want to show you at least a little bit more variety with all these guys, you know? But I do my games sometimes. Black green would be too OP. No, it wouldn't be too OP. Well, it depends on the leader effect and the support around it. Like, is he Straw Hat Crew? Is he Rumbar Pirates? Is he Thriller Bark? I don't know. He'd be complete or partial yellow. Really? Ooh, this hand, Chad. Do we keep that hand? No, Tier 1 is in Las Vegas, Dean. Tier 1 is in Las Vegas. As long as Brook is not purple. Yeah, I agree. Ooh, Film Brook. Yeah, using that 4-cost Film Brook would be sick. Oh, yeah, there's the new Green Sunny. Yeah. I did remember seeing that. All right, Chad. Rayleigh in this game going second is going to get the Boa Hancock, which is super nice, right? Is going to find a Monkey D. Luffy or an event. So with this 5, is going to bottom deck a Kid Killer, but does find that 4-drop Luffy. This is the lifeblood of the deck, Chad. This 4-drop Luffy, especially paired with something like 3-cost Sanji, it's going to be huge to be able to play. We are getting another yellow egghead leader, yes, but it is a Luffy leader, I think we know, and confirmed. GTS has listings for it. But I think it's a confirmed yellow Luffy egghead leader. And so this Zoro playing the 3-cost Bartolomeo. Very interesting as they take the leader swing. Edward Weevil leader, the best warlord. So now at 4 Dawn for the Rayleigh. Probably going to maybe play the Luffy down, especially if he has the 3-cost Sanji in 2 events. But starting out with the 5K swing. See you, Roy. Is going to go ahead take that. And a 3K Zoro going in. So going in with the Zoro swings. The Zoro is going to take another life, go down to 3, and end off with the 1 Nami. Right? Can find a Straw Hat Crew card. Looks like not very many options in the hand. Looks like can only grab a 2K Sanji. But that's at least a 2K in the hand. Passes off the turn to the Zoro. Momo, I'll ask Limes where I know Vampire Gaming sells them on his website, but I can't remember what they're called. The top loaders on the leaders for anyone who's listening that can maybe type in chat. Plays the Perona down to start off the 5 Dawn turn, finds a Kuina, could play down that Kuina onto the field and use its activate main to rest one of the bodies, but you're probably almost always swinging at the Zoro, right? If you swing at the Boa can't use its activate main. And so now, with the Barto being able to rest something, is going to filter draw 1, trash 1, because you rested something with your effects. Very interesting synergy with this Zoro deck. Oh, this is a Garda? Yeah, Marco does have a leader, Dean. We have a live stream on the channel from a while ago where I played Marco in a tournament. So is going to filter out that Paradise Waterfall. Now swinging 8,000 power at the Boa instead of the Zoro. And now going to swing 8,000 power at lead to put the Rayleigh down to 3. Swinging at the Boa, chat, if you're curious as to why. The Boa with that activate main can put 2 Rested Dawn on a leader or character. And so might just be more valuable than the Zoro. The Rayleigh playing down the Buggy. This Buggy from OP03, I think, cannot be KO'd by slash-type characters, or characters or leaders. So, one of the better cards within this matchup because basically nothing on Zoro's side of the field is going to be able to KO that Buggy. So, starting out with a 2K swing at the Kuina, ends up countering out of that. Swings the Zoro at the Kuina, gets that knockout. Is going to go ahead, play down that Luffy. And if they reveal 2 events, as they just do now, is going to be able to play down that 3-cost Sanji on the field and give a Rested Dawn to leader. Now swinging 7 at lead. Looks like the Zoro in a hot spot right now. Is going to go ahead and trigger the 0-cost event to rest that Luffy. May go in and hit that Luffy. That Luffy, though, with the ongoing effect, is going to be a 6,000 power character, even though on paper it says 4,000. The 6,000 is going to come because the 2 attached Dawn on the leader. And so now the Perona going to be clearing out that 1-drop Searcher Nami. Does have plenty of Dawn to work with and is going to start off with a Hiyori. So the Hiyori going to be looking around, maybe looking for a 5-cost Tashigi at this point to play down onto the field and give 3 Dawn to the leader. I don't know if there's a 5 Saints leader because I don't think I've ever heard that. So unless it's something that I don't know, I don't believe there's a typing for that or a leader for 5 Saints. I really like the Marco leader. I think it's definitely more in the rogue category, but I think it does a lot of really good things, and it had a decent matchup in OP11 against Blue-Purple Luffy because of your removal potential. Eggman has a couple live streams recently testing OP11 and 12 Marco, which are really, really cool to watch. I highly recommend it. And so resting that Buggy is going to be able to get the 3 Dawn on the Leader, I think, should have rested the Sanji instead. So filtering out the Paradise Waterfall because of the Barto leader effect, or Barto effect. Is going to go ahead, swing 8 at the Luffy. And so with the 8, is going to go in at a 6,000 power character. Might be countering out of this one, and he is 2K, 1K, and now an 8,000 power at lead. Well, Thamir, they're just playing a fun practice game. So they're more worried about what is the correct play. This isn't the official tournament anymore. They're playing OP12 testing for Dallas because Limes, the player on the left, he has his invite to the to Nationals in September. He's playing in the main event on the Saturday, and Ruben is the guy on the right side. Right is this way. He is practicing for the LCQ on the Friday. And so is going to go ahead, swing at that Hiyori, clear the board, swing at the Perona, clear the board again. Why is he clearing the board so much, chat? I feel like he should just be going at face. And so now swinging 5, looks like at lead. Does have a couple counter cards, whether that's the Dead Man's Game or a 2K of the guy that I can't remember his name. He's a 2K swordsman. Is going to go ahead, I think, use the boost on the Sanji. Use the leader effect to boost up the Sanji to now an 8,000 power character. Yeah, it's just for fun. It's testing. Yeah. So now swings 9,000 power at lead with the Luffy. Is going to go ahead and take the life, put it in hand. Ends up being Hody Jones, chat. My favorite card. And now another 9,000 power lead is going to be a Dead Man's Game for plus 3,000 and needs to give up a 2K to get out of that. And another Sanji hits the field. With one Dawn up. Looks pretty good right now for the Rayleigh, chat. I think the Rayleigh's got this in the bag. Yeah, Perona and Hiyori are the only 2 cards that can KO the 1-cost buggy on the field. Because the 1-cost buggy, chat, cannot be KO'd by slash-type cards. And so just about every single character and leader in the Zoro deck is slash-type. Because you run like a slash-type package. So now swings 8,000 power at the 6,000 power Luffy. Getting ready to use leader effect. Is going to go ahead and KO the Luffy. I think if you can counter out of the Luffy, you should. I think if you can counter out, you should. Is going to use the Luffy will become King of the Pirates. And now swing at board again. Is going to attach one more swing, 9,000 power at... I would swing at the 3-cost Sanji, but swings at lead. So now swings the Barto at lead. That's going to be another 9,000. And because of the Activate main, is just going to go in and swing lead. So here's that 0-cost event, right? And 2Ks to get up to 10,000 power is going to be able to get out of that swing. And it's just going to rush down the Zoro for the end of the game. Not enough counter in hand to survive the counter attack that the Rayleigh was going to put on, especially with all those characters on field. So Rayleigh wins that one. Sorry. Had a little hiccup there. Definitely really dominant for Rayleigh in that match specifically. I don't know if it's Rayleigh or Zoro favored, and I think it also kind of depends a little bit on the build, but the Rayleigh did have kind of what I would consider to be like the ideal start, right? The only thing that I would say was different or could go different in that matchup that might have made it better for the Rayleigh is if he started out with the 1-cost buggy instead of the 1-cost Nami. Or wait, no, he didn't start with the 1-cost Nami. The turn that he played the Nami, he would have probably preferred to play the buggy. Because he went second, and so turn 1 he played Boa. So whatever turn he played the 1-drop Nami, I think it would have been better if he played the 1-drop buggy. Ideally. You think it's Rayleigh favored? I could believe that. Yeah, I could believe that. Yeah, that event that does minus 1K to everything is crazy. It's so good, especially if they stack it. Yeah, using Hody to kill a buggy just feels really bad. But it's like, it's something you kind of have to do sometimes, you know? All right, chat. Another game. Let's watch another one. Yeah, why not? Chat, if you're enjoying the content, we will have more OP12 content coming on the channel later this week on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, go ahead to !YouTube to check out our YouTube channel where we make One Piece TCG content. We live stream these tournaments at Tier 1. And then we make other videos in we make other videos on the YouTube channel. Yo, Kami, thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of the night or day, depending on where you live. How do you play the event card and still have all the Dawn to attach? He played the event card because the event card is a 0 cost. You can use the 0 cost for just the counter, but if you want to rest an extra Dawn, you can minus 1,000 everything. It's basically like a plus 2,000 max or just 1,000. He didn't need to do the minus power because he had the 2Ks in hand. He could get to 10. But yeah, that 0 cost event is free for at least the 1,000 power. So it looks like in game 2, ooh, the camera. Come on, camera, stabilize. Looks like the Zoro going first in this one does have a 1-drop searcher to play. And it looks like it is going to be a Nami search. Is going to find a couple different characters, including that 3-cost Sanji. That 3-cost Sanji is going to be nice for the 4-cost Luffy that we saw in hand. But he might go ahead and play it in the next turn. Or maybe go ahead and swing 5-5. Oh, Zoro side? He had 1 Dawn up, I'm pretty sure. For the Dead Man's game, he had 1 Dawn up. Oh my gosh, the camera is doing terrible. I think it died, actually. Uh-oh, chat. I think the camera died. No, the program shut off. What? Hey, Momo, thank you. All right, camera's back. I appreciate the binge, Momo. Camera connect fail. What? No, it's right there. The camera is here. We're watching it. Looks like doing another Nami search to get the Sanji on the 3-Dawn turn. After playing down the... It looks like the Zoro played the Hiyori and did a search. I don't know what they searched, though. Yo, GT16, what's good? And the Rayleigh playing the 2-cost Sanji onto the field. The 2-cost Sanji is going to be nice, chat, because you're going to be able to reutilize Dawn, be able to get an aggressive swing off on Zoro. And he doesn't want to play that 3-cost Sanji yet. Especially because he played the 1-drop Searcher. Oh, I see what you mean, Darkwim Scott. Yeah, he did. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah, he did definitely cheat. But it's fine because he lost anyway, and it's a testing game. But yeah, because he did attach all that Dawn to Barto, so he did definitely cheat. He did definitely cheat. When will Perona be meta? I'm not sure, but I think Chad, Perona in OP12 is very underexplored with the 8-cost Dracul Mihawk. I think that the Perona is very underexplored in OP12. Rayleigh going to be playing out the Luffy and Sanji combo more than likely after revealing the two events. Is going to get a Rested Dawn, now swinging 7 at lead, put the Zoro down to 3. It's going to be at the 6 Dawn turn. So 6 Dawn at this point. What's your best play? Like Tashigi? Tashigi and like... sometimes I think, chat, in this situation, like if you have the ability to KO one of these characters, you would much rather KO the Sanji over the Luffy, I feel like. Like, yeah, you get a card draw off, but I think the Sanji is better at this point, after the on-play effect is already used for the Luffy. So he does have the Tashigi in hand. I think he's just thinking about what character is better to KO. Yeah, Dark Whimsicott. Yeah, he was cheating. He was cheating. He's a cheater. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. Limes is such a cheater, chat. Just kidding. He's my good friend. Oh, he's playing Cavendish instead. Cavendish comes in. 3 active. Gonna swing at the Nami. Is he playing a 2-drop blocker? Oh, no, he's playing the 3-cost Tashigi. Worried about the mole pistol at this point because Rayleigh on the Luffy effect did reveal a mole pistol, chat. So playing the Tashigi and the Cavendish means that mole pistol will not be able to KO the Cavendish. He'll be able to keep the Tashigi for the next turn, maybe. He'll be able to more than likely keep this Cavendish alive. So starting off with a buggy is going to go in. He found a couple events. He found the unblockable event for Rayleigh. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the event that makes a Silver's Rayleigh unblockable. Going to be a really good event, especially for the endgame when Zoro plays blockers like the 8-cost Dracula Mihawk and the 2-cost Kyoshiro. Or Koshiro. Because Kyoshiro, chat, you said is somebody else. So boosting up that Nami plus 2,000 power is going to go ahead, attach 1 Dong, swing 5 at the Dome. Is going to be a 1K Cavendish out of it. So now 5 active Dawn still, I think. Phew, the camera's kind of struggling. Is going to go ahead, swing 6,000 power at lead. Is just going to do a bunch of poke damage, force out the 2Ks. And now the 4-drop Luffy going to get back-to-back Luffy plays. And reveal the same 2 as they have been. And play another Sanji over that Nami. Definitely a great game again for this Rayleigh, I feel like. Now swinging 6,000 power at lead because of the 2 attached Dawn. Is going to go ahead, take the life, and a 7,000 power at lead. I think he's got a 0-cost event in hand, and I think he's thinking about playing it right now. Is going to use it on the Tashigi. Okay, so not utilizing the Tashigi. And passes off the turn to Zoro. Yeah, this is definitely Rayleigh favored. This is definitely Rayleigh favored. And why I think, Chad, potentially with the upcoming ban list, Rayleigh could be a really good play for Dallas. So plays the Dracula Mihawk on curve, is going to restand 4 Dawn, could restand more Dawn with the Cavendish to be able to have 6 in total. Is thinking about playing a Kuina. Maybe going to go ahead and try to double KO these 3-cost Sanjis on the field. That could be nice. So what do you do with the rest of this Dawn? And how do you play this out? Ooh, Chad, I'm tired. Been a good day. Let's see what he does. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do. Because it looks like he wants to attach 2 Dawn. Swing 8,000 power at the Luffy, restand 2. KOs the Luffy, so prioritizing the Luffys on the field. If he puts down the Kuina, he could go another 8,000 power at that Luffy as well. but ends up just swinging 8 at the Sanji, is going to take that KO, force the Rayleigh to draw 1 card. Now an 8 at lead is going to take the life. Another 4-drop Luffy and ends the turn with a Perona. Going to be looking at that top 5 for a slash type character or an event. We see a Dead Man's Game in there. We see a 2K that he can grab. Only a couple cards in hand, right? 3 cards in total. So maybe grabbing this 2K. So does grab the 2K. See a Paradise Waterfall in that stack as well. Paradise Waterfall, but with no Dawn, maybe the 2K just gives you a little bit more value right now. So another Luffy maybe coming down on this turn. We'll see if he's got anything to play it with maybe. He'll probably start out with the 1-drop Nami to find something to play off of the Luffy. Right, because you still have the 2 events in hand. You have 3 events, I think. You have 3 events in hand, and so you'll be able to play out another character. I don't think he has a good option to play out right now. I think he's thinking about what the... I think he's thinking about playing like the Mole Pistol right now. Trying to swing at this Cavendish. Yeah, they're playing mostly English cards. I think Ruben has a couple Japanese cards in there because I gave him some Japanese cards for Rayleigh. But they're playing with English proxies for the most part. They're playing with English proxies, Joey. Also, Joey, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Chad, thank you so much for being here. I know the OP11 tournament is over. We've moved on to OP12 testing. Yeah, they're proxies. We've moved on to OP12 testing. We will have OP12 content later on the channel. And if you want to see more OP12 content and stuff soon, make sure to either follow here on Twitch or go ahead and subscribe over on YouTube. Helps out the channel a ton. Also, Hunter, Spike, and Victor, I don't think I said thank you for the follow on Twitch, so I appreciate you following. And everybody else that's following on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know who's following on YouTube because I don't have like a notification list like I do on Twitch. But just know that I appreciate every single one of you. We're almost to 18,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy to me. Especially as content is starting to ramp up now that we've got the studio ready to go. I don't have as many vacations. And I've got some really interesting content ideas. So the Pirates League is these stores get assigned the Pirates League. And if you play in them and you do well enough, you can join the store's team to face against other stores' teams in a tournament later down the line. It's basically like an invite, and you get it like a pool of people at this store that qualify from this store's Pirate League tournament to qualify for the next level of the Pirates League, essentially. If you played Pokemon and you played during COVID, it is basically the Pokemon Team Challenge. Well, my lord, which is that's also a great name. We were playing OP11 at the start of stream. We played the OP11 tournament, but the tournament ended and they wanted to play more, so they started playing OP12 at the table, and so we're just playing OP12 at the table now, and I just wanted to keep watching. So, yes, the title is technically lying, but it wasn't lying for the first 2 hours of the stream. Yes, the next phase of the Pirates League is day 2 of Dallas. And so now is getting a ton of swings in on this Cavendish. Ends up getting the knockout there. Does he still have the Mole Pistol in hand? I think he still has the Mole Pistol in hand, so was able to get that knockout without using Mole Pistol. Yeah, so I think it's going to finish in Dallas. I think it's basically going to be like a big tournament, and then just the winner of that is like the winner of the Pirates League. Paradise Waterfall. Of course, a name. Of course. But my lord, I hope you're having a good day, my lord. I like saying your name. Unfortunately. Because, Chad, I'm the lord in this chat. Just kidding, I'm not. All right, Zoro's going to play the Kuina on here, right? Put the 3 Dawn on the Zoro and rest a body. All the bodies on the Rayleigh are rested and liable to die on swings. See where he decides to swing, because after the Cavendish went away, you don't really have like insanely big bodies to swing at these characters. In swinging 8 at the Dome, I would swing 8 at the Kid Killer. Kid Killer sitting at a 5 right now is going to swing 9 actually at the Kid Killer. So thought about 8, but now is swinging 9 instead. We'll see how much he decides to commit out of this. This is a tricky thing. Because he's got the 3 Dawn up, so I think he's got that event that minuses 1,000 across the field. And so do you use it? I think he's... So he's got the Searcher hockey. What do you do here, chat? Do you try to get another swing into this? He is going to do it. So he is going to do plus 2,000 on the swing and minus 2,000 on the board. Wait, that puts it at 7? So wait, if it's 9 at... Wait a minute. I think it's 9. Wait. Am I missing something? What is that event? OP12. Oh, I'm sorry. It's plus 2,000 power minus 1,000 power. I had it wrong. He had the correct amount of counter. That's my bad, chat. Yeah, it's 2K and then 1K, not 1K and 1K. As you said, Nathan. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. But no. Yeah, it's 2K and then 1K. I haven't prepared for these OP12 tournaments, chat. Commentary. So takes the 7 at lead, only 2 cards in hand. Is going to block with the Dracul Mihawk on the 7, I believe. And now another 7 at lead. 7 is the name of the game. Is going to take this life. Ooh, is going to be a 3-cost event. Is going to boost that up. That's plus 1,000 power on the leader. So is a 6,000 power leader. Is going to be a 6K swing from the Luffy. Is going to counter out of that with Paradise Waterfall. So the Dracul Mihawk restands. Baited him, chat. He baited him. And so now uses the leader effect to boost 2,000 power on the buggy, I suppose. Does he have another rush card? No, I agree, Nathan. It's a crazy event. Does he have another rush card? He's got to have another rush card, right? He got absolutely baited, by the way. Oh, he's just going to swing buggy. It's going to block with the Mihawk and pass the turn. He got baited by Paradise. That was funny. That was funny, chat. I'm going to make fun of Ruben later. So he's going to draw for turn. I think you got to go for game at this point, unfortunately. I don't think you're in a very good position to go for game, but I think you have to go for game. Should have saved the leader swing for last because of the unblockable event. He should have saved leader swing for last? Really? You think so, Austin? Ooh, he's going to find the 3-cost event. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Chad. Is he going to do it? Oh, my gosh. The camera is chopping. Well, if you save the 3-cost for the event... Well, he still would get out of the paradise, right? Because the paradise would make it 8,000 power. I need to run the whole thing. I need to watch the VOD and like run the whole thing back. I believe you. I'm just trying to see it. So Kuina getting 3 rested Dawn onto the leader is going to utilize the 3 Dawn that they used for the event. So now swinging 7,000 power with Tashigi is going to go ahead and counter out of that event. Is going to take the other life. I think he conceded, basically. I think Zoro conceded. Rayleigh had game. So he had... Did he have game if he kept the... If like Austin is saying, he kept the leader swing last? Let me pull up the VOD. Let's pull up the VOD, chat. Because I'm curious about this. Where am I going? Channel. I am going to Atrocious Jake videos, the stream. Put this up. Make the game a little bit bigger. No, I think he's just learning how to play Zoro, Jamie. I think this is like the first day or like a very recent, like he just started learning how to play it. He just attaches all Dawn to the leader and not swing the buggy. But then you have the Dracula Mihawk block, right? No, because you... Wait. Let's watch that. Okay. So we're getting pretty close to the end turn. Okay, so this is the final turn. Or this is the turn that he did, right? This is the turn. So he goes in, he does the 2 reveal. He boosts up the buggy to... Does he boost up the buggy? Oh, the unblockable... Yeah, the unblockable event, maybe. He swings 7 at lead, I think, to start. He has a 1-card hand, so he adds 1. He does another 7,000 power. He blocks with the Mihawk, right? Because he knows he has Paradise Waterfall. So he can restand. Another... Oh, yeah, maybe he should have... Yeah, maybe you're right, chat. Yeah, because he has the unblockable in hand. So he definitely should have swung with these 2 swings right here. Yeah, because he swings the Luffy and the Paradise comes up. And then... So technically then if he swung the buggy first instead of the leader, then only the Rayleigh would stay up. But because the Rayleigh has the unblockable event, he would be able right here, if he switched those 2 swings. Yeah, you're right. He would have been able to have a game. Yeah. Oh, very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Huh. Cool. Chat, shout outs to you all for knowing that. I'm going to make fun of Ruben. I'm going to make fun of Ruben for doing that. All right, chat. I need to go to dinner. I have dinner plans with my beloved. We're probably eating leftovers because we made food last night, but I get excited for the leftovers. And I think we have to watch Big Brother. I think there was an episode recently that we have to catch up on. Anyways, chat. Thank you so much for watching. Again, every Tuesday, Thursday, we'll be doing these live streams unless said so otherwise. And this upcoming Saturday, we do have a special tournament on Saturday night showcasing what the meta would look like if we unbanned every single card. Chat, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And I forgot my train. I was gonna say something else like funny and cool and like be a cool guy, chat, but I forgot. So, anyways, chat, that's gonna be all for me. I will see you later. YouTube video coming out on Thursday.